This one, I'm going to look at this row, the first row. I'll call that row 1. And I'm going to basically be multiplying it by column 1 over here. It's no different than what we did with those movie prices or anything else. It's just the algorithm for how this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 times 4 plus negative 3 times negative 1 plus 4 times 5. You see where I got those numbers from? Okay, so I'm kind of walking through here this way. I'm walking through here this way. Never sticking with the same number, I'm just sticking in the same row. 1 times 4 plus negative 3 times negative 1 plus 4 times 5. Any question about where I got those numbers? And then let's see, I'm just going to say 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 20, that's 27. Now I'm going to move down to the second row. I'm going to do exactly that same thing, only I'm going to do it in the second row. So you tell me what, I'll do it in the second row, but I'm going to stay in the first column. What am I going to write down here? Negative 2 times what? 4, good. Plus 5 times negative 1, good. Plus 1 times 5. Okay, so that time what I was doing was I was going with this. Now I'm in the second row, but I'm staying in the first column. Second row, first column. Now I have negative 8 minus 5 is negative 13, plus 5 is back to negative 8. All right, then you tell me how to figure out what goes in the next one. 6 times 4, 4 times negative 1, 2 times 5, perfect. 24 minus 4 is 20, plus 10 is 30. All right, guess what I'm going to do next? Right, now I'm going to move back up to row 1. So this is row 1, column 1. This is row 2, column 1. And this is row 3, column 1. So now I'm going to move over. I'm going to go still down the same rows, but I'm going to move over to the next column. Jillian. There's like a million answers to that, Jillian. Sorry. A million answers that I'm not sure I can even explain just at this point in time. But by Friday, it'll be very clear. All right, let's move over. Row 1, column 2. Somebody help me out. One times 2 plus negative 3 times 1 plus 4 times 3. Okay, let's see. 2, negative 1. Is that going to be 11? Good. Okay, if you didn't get this before, try it now. Where am I going next? Negative 2 times 2. Because remember, we moved over to column 2. So negative 2 times 2 plus. Good. Good. So negative 4 plus 5 is 1, plus 3 is 4. And then finally we have third row Second column. Good. Good. And that would be 12 plus 4 is 16, plus 6 is 22. And there's my resulting matrix. Now, just something I want to make clear to you in case you don't get this from the next couple of activities. If these two numbers are not the same, it won't work. Those two numbers have to be the same. What do those two numbers stand for? Okay. They stand for columns in the first matrix and rows. Who can tell me why? Right. Okay. My answer matrix always has the same dimensions as this. So it's a 3 by 2. The resulting matrix is a 3 by 2. The dimensions of the answer is always the number of rows in the left matrix by the number of columns in the right. Keela. The actual answer is a matrix that's 3 by 2 in green here. That's the actual answer matrix. Yeah, I'll just write it. This will be much nicer. I'll write it like this. That's the answer. Yes. Nope, you don't have to label that. You can just leave it like that. I know your book is going to be big on labels. Okay, the next problem is number 165. I first of all want to remind you, you have the vehicle by parts matrix that was in the first problem we did. You have the number of vehicles per store, or the store by vehicle matrix. That was also in that first little bit we did. You're going to be asked to find something else. So once you do 165, and then problem 166 is actually going to be your team assessment for the day. It relies on 165. This is your team assessment for the day. So this is the assessment you'll be handing in with all of your team names. And then we have one more problem today. So what I'd like you to do is work through 165 and 166. Then we have one more problem. It's okay, thanks.